Okay, so it's been asked a few times now. Scrum for software, that makes sense. Scrum for hardware is even beginning to make sense for a lot of companies now. However, what about the non-tangible products or services? So say like you've been commissioned to develop training plans or workflow processes or things that tend to be a lot less tangible. Uh, how does Scrum work with this? Does it work? Is it still relevant? What do you guys think?
I'll jump on this one. Yeah, I think it's still very relevant. I mean, the whole idea behind Scrum, one of the whole ideas behind Scrum, is that we can't know everything up front. If we're in a complex situation, we sit here and try to figure out all the ways that things will go with our product, what the customers want, what's going to be the most effective, what's the most valuable, and we try to figure that all up front. We're going to get some portion of it wrong. We need that empiricism to learn what we don't know, to figure out which of our assumptions are wrong. And that makes a lot of sense in software because you can change some code and reconfigure your product. I think it makes a lot of sense in like a process development situation as well. If you're developing a process, let's say I don't know, a training process. This is the way we take our students through a training program. If you just sit down and try to develop that process up front, theoretically, you're going to get some situations or some assumptions wrong. And so being willing to try a process, a current version of a process, see where it's succeeding, see where it's failing, and inspect that and make adaptations as you go and then tweak it. And that's your product. That's your done increment. I think that makes a lot of sense. I think empiricism can really benefit you in that situation.
Yeah, and because I love quoting from the Scrum Guide, I'm going to pick up a few for my answer here. So the first one is, how does Scrum define a product? And they basically say a product is a vehicle to deliver value. There's a few
Hmm.
more words beyond there, but think of that, a vehicle to deliver value. So are you delivering value? Maybe your meta process or maybe your improvement to existing processes, what you're thinking of as something of value that you're going to be delivering. Another thing they say in the Scrum Guide is basically Scrum makes visible the relative efficacy of current management environment and work techniques so that improvements can be made. That's a quote right out of the Scrum Guide. Chopped it up a little bit there, but the point that's trying to make is you wrap Scrum around what you're already doing, and you figure out what's useless, what needs improvement, and you do this in an iterative sort of way, making transparency, inspecting the way things are going, and then adapting how you do things. So you put these two things together, and absolutely, Scrum is almost saying it out loud that you can wrap Scrum around some existing process or some meta product or something that isn't your classical, I'm building a computer mouse type of a deal, and use it as a way to improve the way you're building that thing. So anyway, yeah, there's probably a million examples. I mean, you could teach kindergartners using Scrum if you get creative. So think about that. It can be done. It's in the Scrum Guide.
I'm going to add to this, and I like what's already been said, but if you don't measure, you don't know. And I think, especially in these
Mm.
situations where these feel less tangible, I know whether or not a hardware product has worked better or not. I can make definite, observations for something that tends to be more physical, but something that tends to be more system based or non tangible. You're going to need to find some kind of a measure because that's going to be your pivot point. If you don't know how well something is performing right now and you seek to improve it and then you don't measure it, it's just going to be a gut feeling. It's like, hey, we're using Scrum, we feel good. That's not really the point. The point is for improvement. So, where are the measures? Start to lock into those, find ways in which you can prove that the changes you make are working. Scrum loves that. Our goals are centered around measurable, valuable increments. So, I would start to look towards, are we measuring something? Or are we just using Scrum to feel better? I would say you got to start measuring so you know it works.
Did you know we teach professional Scrum courses? If not, check the links in the description for information about how you can join one of our professional Scrum courses and hang out with us.
All right, you know the drill. This is YouTube after all, so this is where I ask you to click the thumbs up, click the subscribe button, hit the bell, or whatever else YouTube's come up with these days for you to get our videos delivered to you. Or even better, in our description below, there's a link where you can get these videos delivered straight to your inbox.